Alright, so we're doing really good. It's only been about an hour, and I have taken care of most of those extra boards that I wanted to do. Figure we'll catch the last couple of things, and then I'll cut you loose. And then I'll see you on the new map, but let's get them done first. Alright, so I think I did all of this. Nope, I didn't do the teleporter. And this one's going to be a little bit involved, so... which one do I want to do first? This one's actually kind of more important to do before the teleporter, so we'll get this guy going. So what I want to do is start the mechanism... I'll come back over here. It's called the HDPE chain, which is the plastic chain. And part of that is going to create ethylene. So let me check on this guy real quick. So it looks like he's done sucking out that... no, he's just grounded in sand. I can move him over and get some more oil. But that's already 48 buckets of oil, so that's pretty good. I'll be able to make a lot of fuel with that. But anyway, what I want to do is start down the plastic chain, and what that will do is it'll produce an excess of ethylene, which I can burn as a better source of power than the wind turbines. Because I am kind of sick to death of having wind turbines everywhere. One of these ethylene burning generators will produce about 3 to 4 times what those wind turbines are at this point. So what I want to start with is a pressure... No. Oh, there it is. A pressurized reaction chamber, and I'm actually going to need 2 of these. But in order to make these, I'm going to need a couple of gas tanks and a dynamic tank. A dynamic tank is just a bucket surrounded in steel, so that should be easy enough. Just grab 2 of those. A dynamic tank by itself is a pretty cool thing, but I won't worry about that today. And then I need the gas tanks. And I think all told I'm going to need 5 of these. 1, 2, I don't think they stack. No. 3, 4, 5. Good. Put those in there. Alright, so now I should be able to make 2 of these. Oh, what am I missing? Enrichment chamber. I've got those. I know I've got those. Enrich. Yeah, I do. It just doesn't like to pull them out. So there's 1. Oh. And there is 2. So that's all the pressurized reaction chambers I need. Now I'm also going to need a rotary condensator. And this is for the making of plastic. And it's dynamic tank, steel casing, gas tank, and an energy tablet. Pretty sure I've got all of that. Oh, I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, need another gas tank. There we go. Alright, so good. And that should be everything I need to make... Oh, I should probably make another gas burner, because... Gas... Oop. There we are. I'll make another one of these. I think I've got all the bits for that. Yep, okay. I've actually got one over here already, and as you can see, let's just pull that back up. That's just one of those electrolytic cores, a couple of steel cases, and osmium and enriched alloy. They're pretty easy to make. I've got one over here hooked up to this electrolytic separator, and what it's doing is it's just burning hydrogen. And the reason that is that since I'm producing hydrogen in excess anyway, I figured I might as well burn it and produce a little bit of power. It doesn't actually produce all that much power, so I'm just going to yank this guy up. So instead of having that there, I'm going to put this pressurized reaction chamber right next to it. And I should be able to just configure it. Gases. Okay, I need to see where the gas goes. Unfortunately, this is all messed up, I just realized, because the Sfax pack hasn't been updated for Mekanism version 8 yet. But that's okay, we'll still get through. And I think the problem is that I need to set this to at least dumping excess temporarily. So I got some hydrogen in there. I just got to figure out how to configure it so that it pulls the hydrogen in. So there we go. So now I got hydrogen coming in over here. Excellent. The other thing it needs is it's going to need some water. So we'll just put that onto there. Yeah. One of the silly things with Ender IOs that you got to do that to get it to hook up correctly. Alright, so then I need to side config fluids. Fluid yellow, so that should get water in there. And basically what this is I'll show you that in a bit, but these are open blocks water tanks, and that feed this fluid conduit that I can then pump into machines. Alright, so I'm going to have water and hydrogen. So the only thing else that it needs is I need to get the biofuel in here. So what I'm going to do is grab that Java barrel full of biofuel and bring it over for, at least for now. Then I'll worry about getting it all tesseracted together later. Actually, no, let's just do the tesseracts, because I got 2 of them. This won't be my final setup, but it will work well enough for now. So I'll do, take those back up. So what I'll do is I'll put this tesseract just right here. And then I will get some item conduit. Don't have a lot of this left. Put that right there. And then what I need to do is side config items. The front to input is red, so that should hook up. Put this to insert. Extract without redstone. Good. And then I'll take the other one. Alright, so then we set this to items, send only, block the other 2, set frequency to taco base. Alright, so hopefully that should just pull right out of that barrel there. And if not, then I'll have to put some item conduit in the way. Come over here. Blocked, and receive only, and then taco base. Alright, so hopefully, nope, not working. That's unfortunate, so I'll have to put a, alright, so I'll have to put an item conduit in between the Java barrel and the tesseract over here. Shame that that doesn't just work naturally, but so it goes. Alright, so we'll just put this guy down here. Maybe it's because yeah, there we go. So put that to extract without redstone signal, and then this to insert. So hopefully that will work. Oh, I hear it going. Good. So that'll turn biofuel into ethylene and substrate. So then what I can do is if I put, I'm going to need some pressurized tubing because that's gas. And I don't think I've got any. No, I'll have to make some. Ooh. Pressurized. Well, I gotta start with the basic stuff, but I don't think I want basic. Glass between ingots. Steel ingots. So do 32 of those, and then we will take it up to the next level. Oh yeah, I can afford that. In fact, I wonder if I can do elite. I don't know if I've got any reinforced. Oh, I do. Cool. Alright. So now I've got some elite pressurized tube. That should be more than I need, actually. So what I'll do is I'll put that guy here, and then what I can do is set my side configs up. Gases output to here. That should be my ethylene. And now I need to hook that up to my gas burning generator. And hopefully this is the one that doesn't already have a whole bunch of hydrogen in it. Of course it is. I had a 50-50 chance of grabbing the right one. Okay, so this should be the one that doesn't have. I wonder if it's got to have enough ethylene before it'll actually output. Double check my configs here. Output dark blue. Yeah, that should be sending it across. I don't know why it isn't. Maybe I just don't have enough in there yet. Alright. Well, we'll let that do its thing for a little bit. Meanwhile, the other thing I need to do is set up this rotary condensator. This is going to get messy very, very quickly. I can't remember. I gotta look at this thing real quick. Okay, so I believe the input is to the right. No, gas is this side, liquid is this side, so I've got to set it through the G side. Okay, so I'll put that guy right. Where'd he go? Right here. There we go. Gas side. Why are you not outputting your ethylene? You're killing me, pressurized reaction chamber. Gases. Output. Did that do it? No. There might be a bug here. Oh, I gotta turn on eject. There we go. So that should split it evenly between these two guys, which is good. Yep. So he burnt a little bit of power, or a little bit of it, and created some power. So if I hook him up to my power grid, that'll be good. Oh, that's right. You have to hook these up from the bottom, I believe. Oh no, it's because it's backwards, because that's right. They hook up from the front. So if I just do that, he'll hook right up. Good. Excellent. Alright, so then this guy's going to be... he should be concentrating, but he don't have any power on him. This is going to get ugly fast, isn't it? So then bring this over. He's powered. Good. So ethylene is becoming liquid ethylene. Oh, this is a mess already. And then from there, I need to put down this last pressurized reaction chamber. And I believe this is... So I need to set this up to take in liquid from there. And it's not grabbing it because of why. Liquid. Fluid yellow. It should be. It might be. I maybe have to have it at least one away so that it... Alright. And then it needs also a source of oxygen, which I do not have a good source of right now. I can get oxygen... This gets complicated so fast. Meanwhile, this guy's producing substrate. How are we doing on ethylene? We're doing pretty good on ethylene. Alright. So I'm going to do a little cut here and do a little bit of reorganizing and get this set up in a way that isn't totally insane so that I can actually do this, because I actually need to get oxygen over this guy, and the only thing over here that's producing oxygen is this thing. So I need to reorganize this somehow. So I will be back. Alright, so I finally figured this out. So basically what I did is I took this purifying factory, which used to be down here, and moved it up here and set it to export down to the rest of this smelting chain. And then I've run pressurized tubing all the way over to this pressurized reaction chamber, which is also exporting the waste oxygen that it produces to make HDPE back into this oxygen piping system here, so that it just continually cycling its own oxygen so that it doesn't build up in the machine and disable it. What I did with the Tesseract is actually hid it underneath this pressurized reaction chamber over here, and it's just feeding items up through the floor into it. This thing is taking the biofuel, producing the substrate, which travels along this item conduit here to this pressurized reaction chamber and turns it into pellets. And then it's getting liquid ethylene from this liquid conduit here, which is coming out of the rotary condensator. And then I've got both of my gas burning chambers right here, which are burning away. I put the hydrogen one up there. Hopefully it'll burn through that hydrogen eventually and start to import ethylene. I got the piping all set up for it. It's just got to actually start doing that. So there we go. So that's all set up. This one, is it still doing something? It is. Good. Yeah, it's still making ethylene. Still taking biofuel in, making substrate. The only last thing I need to do is create a spot for these HDPE pellets to go. So I'm hoping I can just take a Java barrel and put it right next to there, and that's just a temporary solution. Eventually I'll get it imported back into the ME system here, but for now we'll just make a Java barrel, because they're pretty easy. It's just a chest surrounded by logs and a wood slab on top. So I'm hoping that if I just take this guy, put it right there, and then go into here and set item eject. See, blue there. Turn that one off. Oh, I need to leave that one as red. That one is energy. Okay. And set auto eject. Good. So now I have a full chain to produce HDPE pellets. And the reason I want these pellets, not only because they're kind of a side product of doing ethylene generation, which is going to pretty much be my new power system, is that if I take them, I can take several of these pellets. Let's see, it's like that, yes, and it creates an HDPE sheet. I make enough of those. I don't actually have enough. I have to get a little bit more. Need one more sheet. These sheets I can turn into a number of things, actually. Namely, I can also turn them into a plastic block, which is a decorative block. But more importantly, if we go to Mechanism, I can turn them into lights that are actually rather neat. Glow panels is what they're called. They put out about as much light as a piece of glowstone, but you can color the light and they're just more attractive. So you do like a cyan glow panel, which requires all this stuff right here. I don't think I've got all of that. What kind of dye do I have? Make a couple of these right now. Let's do light blue. Good. So then I can grab one of those. I'll just put those back in there, and I'll put this pellet back. I'll just dump this stuff all back in there. Put these pellets back where they belong. And we can use our new light blue glow panels to light up an area. See, they're nice and understated. They're very flush to the wall. I like them a little bit better than the lighting I have been using, which are these Z-Tones flat lamps, which are kind of plain. They just kind of blend in a little bit, but they're not really anything special. These are actually fairly attractive in my mind. So good. I've got my plastic setup going. I'm now producing plenty of ethylene to produce power, 3909. Probably going to have to recable this all because I noticed that these guys were using... Oh no, they're doing good. I thought they were using too much power, but they're not. It's just, once again, the Wayla glitching out and showing you that there's nothing has power in it. But that's fine. So okay, good. So that will supplement my windmills very nicely and probably eventually overtake them. These two generators, if I look at one of them, that generates 282 RF per tick. Currently, my wind turbines are producing all about, I think, 140 each, maybe not even that. Let's go take a look at them real quick. 153 up here, so one of those gas generators is just about 2 of those. Thought I was actually going to be getting more power from the gas, but I still like the gas generation. It's a lot more power, and once I get a lot of them going, it'd be a lot more power in a much smaller area. I know this looks horrific. I'm going to eventually redo it and streamline it. What's nice is that actually one of these generators, one of these PRC units producing ethylene full bore from a field that can produce enough to keep it fed, will produce enough ethylene to run about 70 of these generators full tilt. So and it may not seem like much just getting 282 per, but the fact is that once I get this thing really kicking over, this will be producing just tons of power because I'll be having a lot of these generators just all running off just one PRC. So that's a good energy solution for in the long run, so that I don't have to keep making wind turbines and putting them everywhere. So let's head back over to our board. I think I'm almost done. I think all I've got left is the teleporter that I want to do today, and I'll start it on Galacticraft next time. Definitely after the island's been moved. Alright, so, yep, the only thing I've got left is teleporter. Now this should be pretty easy to set up. One of the reasons I wanted to do the new power chain too is that teleportation takes quite a bit of juice. I'm going to start with the RF Tools teleporter. But there is actually another teleportation system. Let's just look at it real quick. It's called Transport Terminals. And these are actually very nice and they have a lot of functionality, but I haven't played with them much, so I might fiddle with those in a later episode, but for now, we're going to do RF Tools. And you only need really 3 things: a matter transmitter, a matter receiver, and a dialing device. It's also a good idea to make the destination analyzer too, so I'll probably make one of those. And everything else, I don't think you really need. So let's just make those real quick. They're actually pretty straightforward. You need machine frames, ingots of iron, ender pearl, and redstone. So machine frames are just 2 lapis, 2 gold nuggets, and iron. And I'm going to need 4 of those, so we'll start with that. Make a matter transmitter. This is where you step onto and it transports you away. A matter receiver, which is basically the same thing, only ender pearls on the bottom instead of the top. And then dialing device, which needs redstone torches and just redstone in one of those machine frames, so this is all fairly inexpensive. And a destination analyzer, which is more ender pearls and a machine frame. Now, I'm going to need some power for this. Do I still have one more? I don't have another tesseract. Okay. Let's build this up on the roof of my lab, because that is hooked up into my main power bus here. Ooh, speaking of which, yeah, these guys are hooked into my power bus, but this is all basic cable, so it's probably maxed out. I'm going to have to come back through here and replace all that cable with better stuff. So let's just go up here and start setting these up. Oh, and I didn't bring any energy cable with me, did I? We'll just create a nice little cable bus here. Pull up that torch, move him to there. Alright, so let's start with the matter transmitter. We'll put the matter receiver over here. And we're just going to name this thing. Oh, it's filling up nice and fast. We're just going to call this test point. Access public. Okay, so that should be test point. Good, so then that turns on. And then I need a dialing device. I should be able to... There's test point. Oh, and then this guy here, we'll just call him Taco Out. Good. So then we go Taco Out to test point, and then dial. Dial OK. So then, if I jump on this guy... Good. That worked perfectly. And then I can also throw... I think it goes... Go here? So then if I go here, I should be able to go Taco Out, test point, and check. Dial OK. So good, now I have a fully realized teleportation system. And what I can do is then, when I go to the moon, I take the matter receiver with me, and I bring an extra matter transmitter. Actually, I'd want to leave one here, and then basically I bring a full set of this with me to the moon. Set one of those up with me on the moon, and I can come home after I get there. I'll probably try to do everything on the moon all at once when I do the moon sequence, but this will at least give me the opportunity to come home if I need anything, find that I forgot anything, and it will also let me access my moon base too at a later date. So good. It's glad that all worked. So then, let's go update my board again. Good, I got a lot of stuff done this evening. That's pretty much all the remaining prep work that I need to do before starting Galacticraft. The only last thing I need to do is I actually need to build a launching platform. I want to build a specific Galacticraft platform where I can do all my research and launch my rocket from. So that'll be in my next build for my next episode after the island's moved. But until then, I've been Taco Mage. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I've been enjoying myself immensely doing all this stuff. I'm definitely going to need to clean up that that PRC setup in there. That's just ugly. But anyway, hope you guys had a good time, and I will catch you later.